Hey, welcome back to Ask the Energy Advisor. I'm your energy advisor, Brian Hawk. Today we're going to talk about spider webs, cobwebs, and what it means for airflow. You see me bopping around in a side attic. Really no need for me to be back there other than video effects. So we're trying to have a little fun. We're getting close to Halloween, so bear with us a little bit. But we're going to talk a little bit about why spiders build their webs where they build them. In an old farmhouse, in all my audits that I do, when I walk into a place, if I see a spider web, I get excited. The homeowner gets mortified. They can't believe that I found a spider web and they missed it and they didn't get it cleaned. It means a lot to me to find that spider web because that typically tells me that there's airflow in that area. Spiders like to build where there's airflow because it helps them catch their prey. It's kind of a rule of thumb in the building science world, so that's why I bring it up. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, old houses, it's hard to get them to stop having the airflow. You're going to have cracks. You can look at a crack and you wouldn't even think there's a reason or enough airflow there to help a spider. But it's amazing when you start talking about stack effect in an old home, especially a two-story home, how much air is really moving through that space. So with that, we're going to illustrate a couple spots. We're on the second story of an older farmhouse here. I'm going to show you a spot here pretty quickly on where a spider has built a web and why they've built a web, and then we're going to go down to the first floor and talk about why a spider has built a web down there too. But what we're going to try and illustrate today is stack effect in an old home. Just like a chimney, as soon as you start heating up the air, it pressurizes and pushes out. You know, it'll draw air across that fire from down low, and then it pushes that air out. An old house or a two-story house doesn't necessarily have to be an old house, but in older houses we have more air leakage, so it's more prevalent in an older home. So I'm going to show you, we're on the second story again. I'm going to show you where it's pushing out of the house on the inside, and then we're going to show you where it's drawing air in another spider web down lower, so it's creating that stack effect and moving an awful lot of air through the home. Okay, so if you look over here in this corner, again we're on the second floor of the home. You can see where they've re-drywalled the ceiling. We've got some paneling on the wall. And there's a hole right here that's leading up the exterior wall. This is an exterior wall, and there's actually a spider web right there. They built right there. That tells me that we have stack effect pushing air out of the house right there. Again, that's a very common problem in older farmhouses. We're trying to shoot this video in this particular home because there's been some remodeling done, but it's not complete. Started, stopped kind of thing. So even though this is a good air barrier, there's insulation above this, we've got a good barrier up here, we've got a deficiency right here that's going to need to be addressed when they tear the walls off. So just something we like to talk about. Not everybody can have a new home, we get that. So things to look at or look for in your home. So here we are down on the lower side of the house, or lower end of the house. We're actually in the breezeway looking back into the house. You can see we've got some water lines and a gas line and an electrical line here. This particular house was been heated and cooled, or heated with an outdoor boiler. So drilled the holes through the walls. You can see the spider webs right here. Again, air's being drawn in low, being exhausted high. We're just trying to talk about the best way to seal up your house, especially these old farmhouses. Something like this, drill the holes, seal around it, and you're done. Something like upstairs up there, you know, you've got a transition between new construction, old construction. You see a gap there, seal it up, even if it's only temporary. What we're trying to accomplish here is, you know, look for those spider webs, look for those cracks or holes. Even a crack can move a substantial amount of air through a house in a heating season. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong to have these. I'm just saying if you want to save energy, go ahead and seal those up, especially when the remodel, you're not sure when the completion date's going to be, you know, something like this, you know it's a fix for a while. Go ahead and seal those up. And again, once you've paid to condition that air, whether it's being heated or cooled, that's the most expensive part of the energy of your home. So we want to keep that inside the home as long as what we can. That's going to conclude this video. We're actually going to, this particular house, we're going to shoot some videos on it. It's in the middle of a small remodel, but it's opening up some really great building science opportunities just to show you how the original part of this house was built in 1920, added on to in the mid 40s. So we're seeing some transitions in here that have really been, eating a lot of energy, especially heat. We're a heat-driven climate here. Been eating a lot of energy for a lot of years. So we're going to address those, show you what those are, and how to properly fix those. So with that, we're going to conclude the video. Again, I'm Brian Hawk, the Energy Advisor at Noble REMC. If you have any questions, just give me a call.